What up, B? How we doing, Brian? Oh man, we are about to get started here on the S25. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go S25 Ultra in the hizzy wizzy. Oh, let's get this channel up over here. There we go. Ooh, picked up 7 subs today. Nice. I ain't even dropped the video yet. Okay. All right, we are live. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to go this route today over here. My S25 has been on the Bernstein with the YouTube videos. Is my bot not working today? Let's see. There we go. Okay. Cool. It's working. All right, it's working. That's the other channel. Is the other channel there. Brian, all right. Let me flip over to...
Ted, my boy, it's gonna be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary.
All right. So I ended up picking up... Bro, okay, I'm cheap. I didn't realize how cheap I was. It didn't even have the name on the box, fam. You can't even see the box. Okay. Oh, that's crap. I gotta turn off my... Hold on. Let me turn off my filters. All right, for now. Yes. Background move. Okay, cool. All right. So that is the mic set I picked up. Right there. Come back to that in just a second. That's the mic set I picked up. It has 2 mics. Plug it into a USB port to put on my phone, so I can record stuff there. I think it is. Let's see. Open the cover. Startup. Plug and play. No pairing required. Color clip. 2.4G wireless transmitting technology. Microphone can support continuous interviews for 6 hours, and AI noise reduction. So there's that. So that's cool. I ended up getting this on sale for like $39, and then I ended up picking up this Brave 4 camera. We picked up this Brave 4 camera, and that is going to allow us to use my phone to record one way and then get a recording a different way. I plan on using this for like taking the pictures of the shot down the range, so that yeah. And then this was like on sale for like $68, and then I had like a $45 reward thing I was able to use. So I only paying for like, with tax and everything, I only paid like $60 for everything. So like, yeah, it wasn't a bad deal at all. It was not a bad deal at all. Okay, let me fix my background. Filters. Add. Background removal. Okay. Advanced settings. You know what? I'm not even worried about it. I think it looks good. All right, cool. I'm in an all-white t-shirt today, though. That doesn't happen very often. All right, we got to get in because these load times be long, bruh. So we got to get going. So we're going to hop right on in. We're going to let, for those who are lurking in the background, welcome. For those who were wondering why I'm showing a camera and wireless mic on the stream, for those who haven't figured it out yet or haven't seen it yet, I'm starting a second channel. Second channel is going to be a firearm channel. I plan on doing a podcast with actually Brian as one of my main guests, and then our main people. But then plan on having hopefully guests throughout the the different podcast sets. Initially, the podcast will probably be once every couple of weeks, just so that Brian isn't overwhelmed and I'm not overwhelmed. I think that's fair. Brian does run a pretty high demand YouTube channel of his own, Brian Tex. Click on his name and you can get to his channel. If you are looking for accessories, indoor reviews on some smartphones too as well. He did the S25 Ultra this year. He was thinking about doing the Fold. Brian, we lucked out. We held tight. We didn't get the Fold, and it seems like we might have did the right thing not getting the Fold. But he'll definitely be doing the new iPhone, and he'll be doing other stuff as well. I'm assuming at some point as things become more catch for him. So yeah, if you guys aren't subbed to him and looking for stuff like that, then you get subbed to him. Okay, let me get my two. There we go. Okay, we are back. Okay, I've heard enough. There is more I would like yet to discuss, but we should first return to Pandemonium's Gate. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. It'll be awesome to join you every once in a while for a podcast. Yeah. Some I'll do on my own. Some I'll do with Brian, and then even then we'll have guests. Hopefully, I'm hoping I can get Brian at least once a month. I got a very, very big topic that I want to talk to him about. That I think he kind of holds dear and close to his heart. That will be one of our topics, and then hopefully, I haven't went over the whole what first show situation is going to look like yet, but I would like to talk about that one thing we discussed, Brian, and then maybe a couple other things. I owe you an apology, Loran. It was due to my own inexperience that Heth was so easily able to take hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandemonium, then I would have never known La Brea's story, my father's story. 'Twas a tale I too fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Asmund upon my return. I cannot help but to wonder how much of this he foresaw. I'm afraid I cannot allow that, Elizabeth. So as long as you retain control of Pandemonium, there is work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining wardens and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facility in Tartarus, we should be able to reserve the changes made to their bodies and mind. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. That as well. But I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiment, and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, that this mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus ether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. There is another. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them sitting at the home in the crib. I carry a couple around with me just every now and then. Oh, that's not what he said. My bad. While embodying a crystal with memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company and Asmund was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known? Even now, no threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other wardens. Shall we question them after they are freed? Bro, let's get to the fights. That task may take some time, a resource I'd rather not steal more of from you. Return at your leisure, and we shall show our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. Bro, I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us and continue upon your journey, or if you are so inclined, take a much needed repose. This talk of journey smacks of Asmund. As well it should. He has pledged to keep moving until he has seen every corner of the world. If you find yourself with a spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Brea. He might be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. Oh, this is the end of the first one. Okay, so I've done 2 sets. This is the second story set right here. I'm going to be working on the third. As soon as I get back to... Oh, where am I going? Okay. We're going to be working on the third part of the story here shortly. What? Why are we down here? All right. So we're finishing up the second part of this, and we'll be rolling into the third. So we'll finish that off. And that will finish up the raids, normal raids tonight. If we can get to all 4 raids tonight. And then all I have left is the Hildebrand story stuff to get through. Then we can finish up the rest of Endwalker, which will take us through into the new story, which is Dawn Trail. All right, searching for a bandit on a boat, you say? As far as I'm concerned, the only bandits are those who refuse to pay the tithe. Like that one fella I spotted not long ago. Bro, I'm in the wrong area. I'm in another story. Huh. Why did I not stop him, you ask? Because he was dead. I, standing motionless in his skiff, paying no heed to the weird waves in the waters. A dead man drifting. It is one thing to threaten a man's life, threaten a living man, but what could I possibly do to stop a dead one? Nothing. That is what? So I took the only reasonable course of action. I let him be. I am not one to consort with the dead, but if you are, by all means, follow the man to the Isle of Beko. I will remain here and do my best to forget what I saw. That is not where I'm supposed to be at. I clicked the wrong part of the story. This is where I'm supposed to be. I was like, why am I here? It's not where I should be at. But okay, if this is where they're saying to go. But I hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend. Weather here today was absolutely awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome. Why, if it isn't Duran, excuse me if I'm not my usual triple self, but we have not been without our difficulties in your absence. You see, communication with the airship Professor Claudine commissioned for his search was lost some time ago, and now we have quite lost track of where he might be. Interesting. And to make matters worse, Nimjim has just sent word of a usually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to the anti-scope, in fact. Please, you must come with me. Okay, on the way to the anti-scope. That's pandemonium. That's exactly what pandemonium looks like. What is that? Is it real? Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Oh, it's the twins' dad. The twins' dad. And you two, Professor Claudine's assistants, I take it. As you arrive before me, I take it that you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. Do you use OBS? I do, Brian. That's exactly what I use for my streaming. It's what works best for me for the gaming side. Since you're going to be doing more of the tech stuff, you may want to ask T like what he's using. He may be using OBS too, but yeah, OBS is what I use for my gaming stuff. What I'll be using for the other channel will be more StreamYard. It looks like as for now. I don't know if I'm going to be paying any of the yearly subscription stuff or the monthly subscription, but I'm definitely using StreamYard for the podcasting equipment and recordings. Matter of fact, my first video I recorded all on StreamYard. I'm going to release that probably on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to finish editing it. I'm about halfway through editing, I think. As far as time-wise, I'm halfway through editing. I've edited half the video. So, got to add a few more things into the back half, but there you go. He's using OBS too, but on PC, I'm going to use it on Mac. I'm assuming it all works the same, Brian. I like OBS. You do have to do more building in OBS, whereas Streamlabs OBS kind of gives you a few things. Regular OBS, less daunting on the PC, which allows me to use Restream to Twitch to stream both on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But it's just less taxing on my PC. Very much less taxing. How come you're recording on StreamYard instead of just your camera on your phone? I guess comfortability. I guess, Brian. I have this equipment here already set up. It's easy for me to pull the chair up, click on StreamYard, and click record, and sit here in front of here and talk to you guys. On my phone, I feel like I do be looking down like this more to talk on my phone. I did buy a stand for my phone, so I guess I'm going to say just pure use of my equipment here. This would be my recording. This is where I'll be doing my recording. This is where I'm going to be doing my podcasting at. So this is where, for now, then hopefully in the near future, I'll have an office space that I can use, and we can kind of go forward from there. So while researching the summary, you submitted the form to the forum, gave us no cause for concern. These details are alarming. Oh, gotcha. You're doing base scale. Yeah. I'll be doing face cam. Be nice to do face cam with you. Good friend and all. See your face. Just think, Brian. If our podcast takes off, bruh, we could be like Shannon Sharp and Ocho. I'll be Shannon without the the little 20-year-old girl to mess up my life. You can be Ocho. The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Azala, but we know not where he ever. We do not know. Do not. But we know not whether he ever reached his destination. A rash endeavor for even Claudine, but he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgardian aid in search of him. I'm glad you like that, Brian. As for the unsightly fortress, which materialized in the Ethereal Sea, pandemonium, was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with the knowledge of the Ethereal Sea and continue to monitor it for future irregularities. You two submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded. Of course, that's what I do. I gotta just do things. Very good. Now, if you will excuse me, I must appraise the form of what has occurred here. All right, that concludes this is going to conclude the end of the second part of the story, and I can jump into the third. Just when we needed him most, Professor Claudine remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I am but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandemonium's pitiless spies justice. I can only wonder if the facility itself traversed the ages. Did the creations within do the same? What of the keywords? But answers to these questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now, I must do as Master Falchonat asked and write that report. As for you, Duran, pray get rest. Your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition. Alright. I don't think Pandemonium relic exchange. I don't have any of that stuff. Okay. I was wondering. I want to see if I can find a merchant. I want to repair my gear. I don't want to have to deal with. Let's go to Charlene real quick, and we'll come back here. Get our gear repaired. It's not terrible, but I don't want to wait until it needs to be absolutely repaired before I do anything. Where we at? We are over here. Selling anything? Nope, nothing sold. Until 8/3/2025. Until then. We got a new update coming to the game. The next part of the expansion of Dawn Trail drops. My goal is to be caught up in Dawntrail by the time the last expansion hits. You see, my gear isn't bad. It's not in bad shape. I just don't want it to get in bad shape. And I can repair it now. Okay. Now we can, no, where did we go? Let me go back to teleport. Yeah. All right. All right. Now our gear is fully repaired. It wasn't in bad shape. It was only like, I think on average, like 89% damaged. But I didn't want to have to worry about it. If I got, once I got to the third and fourth one, if it was in bad shape, I would hate for it to have to leave out to come back. Now I don't have to worry about that. Ah, Duran, I had a feeling you would arrive soon. Urgent tidings as always seem to carry you in their wake. After all, and Master Falchinaut recently sent word regarding his investigation. It seems he's uncovered information regarding Professor Claudine's whereabouts and the sudden appearance of the Pandemonium in the XIV. We would do well to meet with him at once. If you have no objections, I ask that you proceed to the Aniscope forthwith. I shall make the necessary arrangements and join you shortly. Okay. Ah, Master Duran. I have been made aware of your coming. Please, use the lift here. All right. Bike time. Bike until I can't bike no more. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, can't fly right now. Wife just texted me something, so let me check in. In fact, once I get a chance here, let's see what she sent me. This is bro, me and Charles. It's all out and surprise barbecue birthday Sunday. I wanted to invite y'all, just bring something to drink if y'all are able to come. Oh, okay. Oh, that means I don't have to grill this weekend. Ooh, that makes it. I might have to do that. Might have to do that. I don't have to grill. Okay, waiting at the designated area. Thanks for everybody who's here hanging out tonight. Appreciate it. Spending some of your Friday evening with me, the start of your weekend. I hope your weekend has started off well. I do have to work tomorrow, so, there's that. Let's see. I thank you for answering my summons with haste. Let us forego formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Claudine, who has not been seen since his ill-advised journey to Azala. And subsequent expeditions discovered an airship in the vicinity of the electrochemical research facility. Although the vessel clearly belonged to the professor, he was nowhere to be found. There were signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility. So this trial was duly followed. However, time to quit my job? Oh, Brian, if it was that easy. If it was that easy, Brian, your boy would be gone. He'd be done. He'd be done. Saturdays aren't bad. Saturdays aren't terrible. First Saturdays of the month are never fun, and we get 2 this month. 2 first Saturdays. Because this Saturday is actually technically the first Saturday, but next Saturday will be just as bitchy, just because people will be figuring out how much money they got left from their bills and coming to grab that up too. So these next 2 Saturdays will be pretty busy, and I work both of them. So there we go. The trail led nowhere in the most illiterate sense, in the most literal sense. It was almost as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrested from existence. Okay. Further investigation confirmed that the expedition party's suspicion, nigh, on the entire sector of Azala has been teleported elsewhere. Teleported? To where? We believe that its destination was none other than the Ethereal Sea. Here were its elegant facilities reconstituted as the halls of Pandemonium to great success, as you can see. So that means Professor Claudine is in there, in that monstrous fortress? When I used to sell cars, I had to work every Saturday. Feels like you had no weekend. Yeah. So my part is that we're done by noon usually on Saturdays. This Saturday we'll probably be done by like 12:30, just because it is the first Saturday of the month. We were pretty steady today. I expect it to be pretty steady tomorrow. And then I got to go run my daughter down to an appointment for her hair, and then go grab my mom and take her around and run her around for her store errands. So, yeah, there's that. There's that. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how tomorrow goes. If it was anything weather-wise, if it was anything like today, I'm not gonna be as mad. Just to be honest. That is our leading theory. We are certain enough that at least to risk sending you into its depth in search of the missing man. Yeah, send me. I can take it on. Yet, before we do, there is another pressing matter. While Pandemonium may appear firmly sealed, an unknown entity was recently spied crawling forth from its gates. We observed this behavior with the antiscope, and to our horror, witnessed it goring up on the surrounding ether like it's a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped. The ethereal sea harbors the souls of the departed. 'Tis the wellspring from which all creation is born. If its flow were disturbed, life itself might cease to be. Precisely. Its safety must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace, Duran. Then we will be at liberty to investigate what wicked manifestations are afoot. I'm pretty sure they make up words sometimes. This memory crystal was recovered from Claudine's airship. Take it with you. It may yet provide some insight into the enigma of Pandemonium. So it's a fight. Is this where I get to fight here? Eh? I get to go take a fight here? Without Themis, there would be no army of phantom warriors. I realize you are more incapable in combat. But you are certain you'll be alright. Demus is the only one. He isn't? Why, of course. I should have known someone of your talents would master even the ancient arcane arts. Apologies for my failure of the imagination. Yeah, I can phantom. I can summon my own phantom people. Once we are freed of the looming specter of pandemonium, you must promise to share your knowledge for the sake of thorough reports, of course. And meanwhile, I shall focus my efforts on providing you with what information and support I can. I shall gather researchers from the confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. Sweet. Let's get our fight on. It's fight time. It's fight time. The ninth circle is now accessible. There we go. The ninth circle. All right. All right. It's still Mughal time, so it may not be. It says less than 5 minutes. That's cool. Less than 5 minutes. So let's see how fast we can get this to pop. Let's go take a look around while we're waiting. Oh, I can't go over there. I can just look from a distance. Okay. Seems kind of wrong, but all right. It's over here. Oh, that's the exit. That's the exit. I already got 2 healers and myself. Come on, DPSs. Like from over here. Well, would you look at that? I don't think I can make that jump. Probably could make that one. I doubt it lets me. Yeah. Didn't think it would. It's all for looks. This is all for show. I can't go nowhere. These books say anything? They just look like words. We got a DPS on board, another tank, but we lost the healer though. Like, bro, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Healers, stick around. There we go. We in that thing. We in that thing. Come on, other tank, other healer, other DPS. Okay. Here we go. Just waiting on the DPS. Just waiting on that DPS guy. There we go. All right. I'm here to do mediocre DPS, don't you worry.
My feast must not end. My feast must not be interrupted.
That's hilarious. All DPS just mediocre. Yo, what's up, the other black man? Oh my god. Yeah, I was right in the middle of that. I definitely was right in the middle of all that destruction. All right. Not bad here.
Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
What up, Jody? How you doing, my guy? Good little group there. Cool little group. They was all chatty. Oh, everybody left me. Everybody left me. Man, I'm good. How are you doing? Doing great. Doing great. Just trying to push through this this last part of these raids so that we can move on to more parts of the story. Impressive work, Duran. Their memories of your tenacity were not embellished in the slightest. Do not be alarmed. A proper introduction shall set your mind at ease. I am Athena, chief keyword of the Pandemonium, wife to La Habrea, and mother to Eric, and it is I who made Pandemonium anew in the underworld. In a manner of speaking, I am the source of all your recent troubles. Chillin' GD, how we doing tonight? Doing well. The other black man doing well. We I guess I burned enough calories today. We you guys were here earlier. We talked about. I got my portable camera. I don't know how well you guys can actually see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, you guys can see it a little bit. A portable camera, so that we can take shots at the range. Of the shots at the range, I'm gonna use my actual phone as a camera to like actually do talking on, and then we got the wireless mic set that has the two lapel mics so that I can talk with somebody else at the range while we're recording, so you guys can hear us both. So the new channel is coming. For those who didn't get the link last time, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Channel. I should be faster than this, but I'm not. Switch accounts, and this channel here. We want to. How do I share this? So view my channel. Give me a second. Loading up the channel so I can share it. There it is. Copy. And we're going to paste that. For those who didn't get it the last time they were here, there it is. There's a new channel. Link right there. At Ghost Dog DG. The first video should be dropping on Wednesday. I must say, I did not imagine I would meet you in this age. A slight miscalculation, perhaps a fortunate one, for your deeds in the past have left quite an impression on me. I understand you have reason to be wary, but I assure you there is no need. I know not what Library has told you of me, but all I have done out of sincere scientific curiosity. Alright, get back to my Twitch channel here. Cool. The appetite yet remains, even after my rebirth. Conflict is the furthest thing from my mind, and I ask that you at least hear me out before brandishing your weapon. Like, bro, we heard bad things about you. You were reborn? Bro, yesterday was leg day, and a brother's legs is killing him today. In a sense, yes. 'Twas the only way I could see my research completed. The myrid soul floating in the ethereal sea provided all the raw material I required, and your Professor Claudine proved a most welcome surprise. Worry not, for I treat all my tools with care, especially those with which I will grasp godhood. You are as stubborn as Library, I see. Although I speak in earnest, you refuse to hear the meaning of my words. Perhaps you would be better served by a different teacher. Luckily, you already possess the tool I require to make one for you. You talk about my crystal? Nah, fam. Leave my crystal alone. This is my crystal. Yes, that crystal teems with memories. Memories of two souls you know quite well, La Hebrea and Eric. What? I shall stitch them into the fabric of two errant souls, that with their help you may come to see clearly. You, how? Where are we? Surely these two have much to tell you of me, and I would have you listen. Perhaps then you shall better understand me, my desire for godhood. There is another, but their souls have proven difficult to work with. However, with these memories, I may very well manage to weave together something presentable. You have a place in my plans. I do hope that in time you come to realize that cooperation is best path forward. I have little understanding of where we are, yet somehow I'm unsurprised to find you here. At present, I have more questions than answers. Perhaps you can help me address this inequity. Is there somewhere we can speak without fear of interruption? There is, bro. We're in the middle of the astral sea, ethereal sea. Where are we going to get interrupted at? We're in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I do not know how long it's been, Duran, but it is good as ever to see your face. Would that it were under more conventional circumstances. Just where are we, and what events have led to this unexpected reunion? I go through my station here. It's getting a little dusty. Ah, yes. I remember you telling us about this memory crystal. To think that it contained our memories. This is a lot to take in, not least of all the fact that you hail from the future. I searched for you after a time, but I could find no trace. Now I know why. Yeah, I was here. Saving the world. As I usually do. Our age has its shape of surprises. If my memories are to be believed, the supposedly world-ending final days came upon us. Yet here we are in a future where you at least exist. Do we overcome the despair that befalls us? Do we find a way to live on? Not really. I kind of all die. Excuse me. Questions without simple answers, it seems. Let us take heart that life endured in some form, as but memories. We may never have the luxury of the larger picture. Regardless, now that it has come to pass, this future must be protected from Athena's scheming. Let us conviction guide our every action. Thank you guys for all being here, hanging out. Appreciate it. It is most enjoyable when I have y'all here with me going through this. I know this is not everybody's game, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and kind of just chilling out. Agreed, but as memories give fleeting form, we are bereft of any physical or magical talent. We can not aid Duran in battle. Nay, Athena must us to speak and nothing more. But though we may be tools, we need not be slaves to her whims. We will tear ourselves from her grasp and shatter her ambitions. I must wonder how she knew of our history with Duran. Likely she possessed some means by which to observe events within the pandemonium, either while they were occurring or after the fact. Regardless, her knowledge far exceeds our own, a shortcoming we must remedy at once. We would do well to learn more of the pandemonium, now dominating the landscape of souls. Duran's colleagues will doubtlessly prove to be of value in that respect. Why the heck over there acting all scared? It's just me, y'all. It's me. Come, let's talk this out. We gotta figure this out. We gotta get through this. All right. Why do your companions hesitate to approach? We must be unusual visitors, but this time is of essence. Bring them here. Excuse me. Although you may be but a confluence of memories, it is an honor to meet the personas I have only read of in Duran's reports. As a researcher, this is beyond exciting, but I admit to no small measure of fear as well. I know what you mean. I can scarcely stop my legs from shaking. We're powerless to do aught but speak. I see no reason why you should be afraid. It isn't my life I fear for. I only fear that I might not have the chance to ask you all the questions now burning a hole in my mind. We must stand before two of the ancients who hold preciseless knowledge beyond the ken of any of our peers. But what purpose does fear serve if not to be confronted and conquered? To that end, we shall share with you our records, and perhaps together we can find a thread which will lead us safely out of this conundrum. Information shall be our most precious resource, for that is the only weapon we can wield in these forms. Our memories are at your complete disposal. We can start with Athena, whose thirst for discovery would see all life consumed. Her desires haven't changed. Still, she seeks to transcend her mortal existence so that she might unravel the mysteries of life. She would become a god. A nebulous concept, but Athena had her own ideals of what divinity entailed. In her mind, a god can create souls at will. Thus, she chose the underworld, or the ethereal sea, as it is known in this age, as the staging ground for her final experiment. Here lies a particularly bottomless well of ether. Even if it means steaming the flow of life itself, she intends to continue her work. She thinks of nothing else. We caught a glimpse of Athena as we came into the world. Her smile, her voice, they were just as I remembered. Without even realizing it, I found myself feeling an affection for her. Don't look at me like that. I've gone mad. I'm not asking you to join her side. I know the true Eric would never want that, but these emotions remain in memory, if nowhere else. We shall remain here to compile what information we can. You must infiltrate Pandemonium and seek out Athena. Yeah, leave it up to me, boss. I got you. I would ask that you leave the memory crystal with us. It may hold secrets which have yet to be unveiled. All that's left is to cross the menacing threshold. Shall we take a closer look? Excuse me. I have one question for you. Does the word Arisite mean aught to you? Arisite. Why, yes, there are a few records of existence. It mainly makes appearances in the legends of the Ivalice and in tales concerning the Asian Laha. Well, in tales concerning an entity known as an Asian. This persona is associated with a black auricite known as the Heart of Sabaki, a source of the considerable power. I see. So time has not buried it. That was kind of a weird way to say quest accepted, but okay. Let's see, from the outside, Pandemonium looks no different than it does in the past. However, there is no guarantee that inside will be familiar. You would do well to secure the area near the entrance first. Once it has been cleared of threats, La Hare and I can approach and we shall begin our exploitation of the interior. The portal should convey you to Pandemonium's gate. I hardly need to tell you to keep your weapon at ready. Okay. I knew you would come. Is it Themis? It is. I never lost faith that we would meet again. I told you as much, did I not? I understand you may be confused. I was too, at first. You see, I am not the true Themis. I was made by Athena, molded from one of those many souls at her disposal. I am only an illusion built from memory, no more real than Labre or Eric. Even so, I believe I had grasped on the situation. This is the distant future. A future where Athena lives once more, although the means of her rebirth are yet beyond me. You are here to stop her. Have I the right of it so far? Very good. I would be disappointed if you did not rise to her challenge. Although I am sorry to say that I cannot aid you. My creator has tampered with my essence, and I am oddly inclined to act in her interest. I can do naught but offer you words of warning. We will fight, and it cannot be avoided. There's no need for that pain expression. Remember, I am but an illusion. Nothing worth shedding tears over. We'll go with that one. I know not what is in your mind, but I must stress once again that I cannot defy the urge to stand against you. Athena's hold over me is unyielding. Still, I would ask that you listen carefully to the advice I offer you now. Athena has prepared a new vessel to replace Eric, so that she may become a god. By gathering the souls readily available in the sea of ether, she tempers her own essence. Yet the souls are faint, diffused. She doubts whether they are sufficient enough for her goals. So she has turned her gaze to you. Despite your thin ether, you managed to lay Hephaestus low, and Athena would know the secret of your strength. To that end, she has prepared an experiment for her observation. Fight for your life against Athena's creations, and in doing so, give her the knowledge she desires. Okay. What is that? Pussy looking thing. Thing formed one wing. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not. The thing looks kind of freaky. What's happening? Athena has made her move. We must find a way to reach her, or all is lost. We can do little but hope for Duran's success. Excuse me. Jesus. Pandemonium, once a mass of lifeless stone, now imbued with a soul. Athena has grown much since her death at Labrier's hands. Although the souls she creates are imperfect, they act with absolute obedience. I know you shall cut your way through this monster, as you have so many others. Then you shall come before me. Do not hesitate to do what you must, for that is the only way to stop Athena. Okay. So we gotta fight the big ugly. It's got a very odd movement about him. The 10th circle is now accessible. Alright, cool. Let's get to it. Alright, let's see what the load time is on this one. This is fight 10 of 12. Fight 10 of 12. Ha. What a picture. Great pictures there. Great pictures. Oh, let's see here while we're waiting. How's when I went live? Okay. Oh, we got 2 DPSs. Should be any minute now then. Any minute now. This one pops in a decent time. We get to the next one, it pops in a decent time. We can definitely finish it up tonight. We got this one plus 2 more. Well, I'm going for about another hour. Well, hour and 10 minutes. So 11:30 my time. To try to finish this off. I just need people to go ahead and join in. go. Feels like it was still less than 5 minutes. That's good. About a 4-minute wait. Ah, that's where it all was.
I breathe life.
What's up, Lord Shadow? Nah, I got back to work and was been busy all day. I caught you a little bit while I was at lunch.
You will go no further. Like a spider, I spin my web. This prison offers no escape. I mustn't disappoint, Lady Athena.
Out.
Stay where you are.
Oh, Merc.
Like unto change.
These stages always mess me up because I can't really see. Awesome.
A tangled morsel awaiting death. All paths lead back to me. I operate a glimpse of Lady Athena's power. Stay where you are. A tangled morsel awaiting death.
Oh, what got me? What's something? Something got me.
Stay where you are. Guide yourselves to me. Your punishment shall be unending.
That was close. There was some. I missed it. I missed it, Lord Shadow. I did. Obviously, you can see I'm going through my own pain right now.
I'll give you special cells. Your soul scream. Wet like unto day. These bars are unbreakable. Stay where you are. Wet like unto change.
What did I die from that time? Okay, well. Oh, that sucked. Haha, fun fact, I never played Final Fantasy games, but I bought them for my nephew who plays them a ton. Really. This is the only one I've ever tried. Jason, I know played Final Fantasy VII. I really don't want all this in my inventory, but I'm sure I'm going to get it. Oh, good. Yeah, these aren't bad. The stories are pretty good in the Lord Shadow overall. This is a Square Enix version of one of them. That was probably one of the roughest trials I think I've had. They're tough like that when those stages for me are super big and I can't see what's going on around me. Makes it tough. Makes it tough. I gave him my PlayStation. I don't remember which Final Fantasy it was for that, but I got him like the next three. That was a beautiful display as always. I stand enchanted by your grace in battle. Yeah, I know this came out on PlayStation 3, I think is when it originally dropped, Lord Shadow. So if it was a PlayStation 3, it could have been this one. It could have been a lot of them, though, because they have, what, 16? I think 16 Final Fantasies. Let's see here. Duran, is that? It is. It's him. It's him, Eric. Pandemonium's final gate has been cast wide. I shall await your arrival beyond. Okay. Was the original PlayStation? I believe so. If not, definitely PC, but I believe PlayStation for a lot of them. Very first Final Fantasy, the second one, the third one. I remember seeing some of the other Final Fantasy gamers who've played the other ones, jumping in back into their old systems to play those versions again. So yeah. Apologies for not coming sooner. The space is enveloped by some fell energy. We couldn't risk venturing through it before taking due precautions. Were my eyes mistaken? Was that Themis? Tell us what you know. We must consider our next course of action carefully. Alright, we've got 2 more trials left. Yeah, that stage was awfully tight. I couldn't really... And I have to... The character I have, the job class I have, this particular one, I have no range attack. So I can't step away and fight. I have to fight up around the strike area. Where some of these jobs, they have range attacks, so they don't have to be necessarily right on top of it. Makes it a little bit easier for them. Than my character warrior, my job class warrior. Eventually, I'm going to study Reaper and do Reaper, but I'm probably going to go through all main story with my warrior. I ought to have anticipated this. If she bore witness to past events with Pandemonium, Athena would have found Elidibus impossible to overlook. Few possess such a talent for magics, to say not of the Emissary's discerning judgment. And so she found his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea, and used his memories to craft a puppet that would serve her whims. But it was Themis said true. She imbued the Pandemonium itself with a soul. To breathe life into that which should never live, Athena's research is fast approaching its accumulation. Fortunately, with the information shared with us by your friends, we've made some strides towards figuring out how to stop her. A crystal called the Heart of Sabaki. Sabak? I don't know if I'm saying that right. May be the key. The researchers related a quick but thorough history of events leading to the present. The surrendering of the star, the emergence of the Asians, and the calamity that they brought to bear upon the realm. Tales of the under the circumstances which considered childish fantasies, but not for a name that rang true to La Habrea's memories. The Heart of Sabak. To you, the secret of the ultimate weapons might, not least spell known as Ultima, and the source of enduring mystery. We are told that a general from the Garland Empire was gifted this Arcite by an Asian, that the ultimate weapon might be perfected. For those who don't follow me all the time on this, the ultimate weapon was the very, very first big story. It was the big weapon right at the end of the first story that we had to destroy. The identity of its shadowy benefactor, however, remains a curious unknown. You seem to be veritable trove of uncommon knowledge. Is there aught you are withholding? He doesn't want to talk about La Habrea that he knows. Very well. At present, the Heart of Sabak itself is of greater moment. It is a creation of Athena's, made during her time with the words of La Habrea. This predates even Pandemonium's construction. She brought before us a crystal that she claimed to have chanced upon, saying it contained immense power. She dubbed it as a auracite, studying it with a fever unusual even for her. The eventful fruit of her efforts was a stigna crystal unlike aught we had ever seen, the heart of Sabat. Let's see. We'll go with the second one. How did she find this R site? Athena was never forthcoming as how she found the crystal. We came to believe that it originated outside our star, but could deduce little else. Much later, we discovered that the R site magnifies the desire of those who come into contact with it. This would do much to explain Athena's actions following her recovery of the crystal. Alas, this realization came too late. By the time I moved to seal the R site and its insidious influence away, Athena's plot had already been laid. So what became of the heart of Sabat? I took it from Athena's laboratory after I ended her life. The density of the ether within was unlike anything I'd ever observed. I knew its capability for destruction, but further analysis proved impossible. I elected to safeguard it myself. It is impossible that Athena herself obstructed the crystal's contents, even were her memories stored within. I would have remained in ignorance if she included some mechanism by which to give these memories form, as she did with our own. Okay, going to do my rounds. Have a good stream. Thanks, Shadow. Have a good one. She would be reborn. Irony that I should have protected those very memories in the name of safeguarding the star. Fate is loath to see mistakes go unpunished. Okay. Alright, so that is 10 done. On to 11. On to 11, then 12. Alright. I have told you all I know of Athena and the many secrets she kept hiding from the world. If she indeed stored her memories with the heart of Sabat, we must ask ourselves how they were awakened in this age. When was the crystal last sighted? During my fight with the ultimate weapon, of course, in which you triumphed, but failed to recover the heart. Yet, according to your colleagues, there was another on the battlefield that day, an Ascian. And this self-same Ascian was later struck down at a location known as the Chemical Resource Facility. I've heard that name, and recently, the site of the Professor Claudian's disappearance. Indeed, he was tracing an ethereal signature resembling that of the memory crystal in his possession, a signature that may well have belonged to the heart of Sabat, in which case it is no coincidence that Athena's awakening followed. But what reason would we have to bring her back to life? Was his mind not his own? Yet more questions without answers. Although Athena's essence is that of a memory, her magics have not suffered for lack of physical body. As the world is now, it should not be possible, but she must have found a suitable vessel. If Elizabeth is to be believed, she's readiness this vessel for godhood and is precisely close to success. It beggars belief. As you well know, you were the linchpin of her ambitions. Yours was the only form that could contain the immense power Athena required, and it has been long since turned to dust. As pleasant as this discussion is, we require more information if we were to unravel this mystery. You know who awaits you, Duran. Themis. I fear you won't find him so cooperative as we're accustomed to. We know not how vast the space beyond these gates may be, but somewhere within lurks Athena, with Elizabeth's leash at her side. This may be a simplest theory, but hear me out. If Themis arose from his memories intact, he will be eager to see reason. We need only break the magics that bind him to regain our old ally. When I have fallen under Hep's influence, you didn't stop trying until I was freed. I would ask that you do the same for Themis. Though none of us are real in conventional sense, I feel it must be done. Themis would never have wished to be your enemy. While Eric's perspective is sentimental one, Olympus may possess privileged knowledge. To question him unimpeded by magics would be ideal. Agathis broke free of her bond in the final moments, suggested that Athena's hold weakens under the weight of combat. You might use the same principle to unshackle Olympus's mind. But remember that our very nature is fragile. Even if he inhabits a vessel with which you met, with which to meet you in battle, I am certain it is not meant to endure. If left weakened for too long, his ether may dissipate back into the ethereal sea. You had best act quickly. Okay. 11th circle is now accessible. All right, we are on our way to fight number 11. Real quick before we hop into that fight, I am going to take a quick break. Give me 1 second. Back. Okay, now I'm back. Alright. I guess it's this one. Alright. This one is also less than 5 minutes, which is good. I need to check my tomes too. Make sure I'm not. Oh, I ain't maxed on tomes. Crap. Needed to go spend those before I did this. Oh well, we're gonna miss out on 20. Okay.
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation. I have long considered how I might stand against you, I admit. In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Invidious.
Why is the music so peppy? Like, bro, we get ready to fight. Imperial Justice. Themis, aka Elidibus.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Ouch. That one up. Oh.
Submit to the emissary's judgment! The balance must needs be maintained. Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Ouch. That hurt.
These magics are not for you to wield.
Bro. I get brought back to get killed again. At the moment I wake up. That's crap. Thing.
Will light embrace or
Not again.
darkness consume? Will you be judged worthy to exist? Now, take your measure. From beyond! I am the emissary, and I shall never die. Now, take your measure. These magics are not for you to Will you be judged worthy
Oh. Okay. I am struggling.
light and let your darkness consume. Warriors forged in iron. These magics are not unusual. From beyond. Now to take your measure. For victory!
There we go. There we go. That was another not so great performance. Tanking from the floor is never a great experience. Tanking on the ground is not a good experience. It's not the way you're supposed to tank. Oh, everybody left me. All right, we'll try to get rid of all that stuff later. It wasn't gonna matter. All right, moving on. That was 11. I need to go check my gear, just make sure. I think I'm okay, but we'll see. The fog has lifted. I knew Athena's magic manifested the desire of their victim at the expense of the aught else, but never I guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. Since the moment we met, I have made it plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in a match of strength. What is this? Free? Am I no longer needed? Oh boy. Demons don't look so well. Do not look so discreet and fallen, my friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. Let's see. You must render judgment to Athena's actions. This warmth, your ether. This Excuse me. You've grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear that I am here on borrowed time. I only hope that I can see you through the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. I am Elizabeth, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained bounce to fulfill her own desire. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Eric and La Habrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. All right, coming up on the final ascent. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's close out the 11th one. We can move on to the 12th and see if we can get to that before I call it here in 30 minutes. Themis, it's good to see you. I knew the Rand would guide you to our side once again. I am grateful he had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Athena's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she is answered for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course, as I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. It is someone Duran knows well, a man by the name of Claudine. By a twist of fate, his body proved to be ideal for Athena's purpose. Well, there he goes. That's the person they're looking for. The creation of a person requires not just body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. We are made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon drifting souls, and giving form through these infusions of ether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see and feel us as the same. Athena is different. She has carved her memories into Claude's soul while it was still within its body, and thus made both her own. But even she is prone to error. After the sundering became more fragile in both body and soul, and this difference prevented Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she has just turned her sights towards Duran. His uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our ages. By scrutinizing his feat in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secret of Duran's prowess and use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the communication of her research be at hand. We simply can't remove Athena's memories from Claude's body. Then to fight Athena, we must fight Claudine as well. Yeah, we'll go with that one. We need not hasten to the man's destruction. Athena can inscribe herself upon another soul, but she cannot erase its will. If we awaken Claude's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. We still don't know why she chose Claudine. What makes him more suited than anyone else? Although I have never spoken to Claudine, I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Eric. What? Why would she? is as I thought. Okay. That is the end of that one. I guess we're going to get to the final parts of this story. Let's see if we can get there. Because the brother is tired. And he does have to work tomorrow. All right. Thema, she may have just handed us the key to rescuing Claudine. What must we do? First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She must be vulnerable as Elizabeth was. Yet, our opponent stands on the verge of godhood, and as we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. Duran, we have no choice but to place the burden of our fate and the fate of many more besides, squarely upon your shoulders. I trust you have no objections. Yeah, no, I'm cool with it. It is a burden I'm used to carrying. I imagine so. Ever have we relied upon your skills at arms. And we all appreciate Duran's willingness to find himself at the unknown. However, we have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudine. I do have a plan. Do not trouble yourself over the details. The same goes for you, Duran. You must focus on the entirety of your attention on Athena. She will not be easily bested, even by one of your prowess. Then let us trust in La Habrea and prepare for the battle to come. Before I do anything, I gotta go spin some tomes real quick. Before we face Athena, I must know. If she had ever discovered in our sight, had never fallen under its influence, would she have lived a normal life? Would she have been a mother to me? I have asked myself the same question. Questions with no answers, I fear. But let us put them out of our mind. There is something we must discuss, and I would do so not as La Habrea, but as a father to his son. All right, quest accepted. We're gonna get right up into the fight, and then I'm gonna, which is there. Okay, so I gotta go spin these tones real quick. I need to go buy some more Reaper gear. I don't remember which Reaper gear I need. So before I do that, I'll do this. We're gonna clear. Okay, and then I got to travel, I believe, to Kugane. I think either way would have took me the same amount of time. Kugane. There we go. I travel to Kugane, and then I'll log into the fight. Hopefully we can get in and get out in this time. So I gotta go buy some gear. Is this the right spot? So level 50 gear was in the AR, level 60 in the Heaven's Ward. Yeah, so Stormblood. This should be where I need. All right, real quick, I have to change my character to my Reaper, and I'm pretty sure the gear I have on is pretty crappy. So I don't think I'll let me buy what I don't have. Saying I need to buy it all again? Equip that. Alright. That is not what I want to do. Equipped. Yep. And then box and delete set. Okay. Alright. Equipped. Warrior. Okay, cool. Alright, so I got rid of some of my tomes. Now I can go. Now I can log into the fight. Oh, no. What am I doing? Let's see, go here. Yes. All right. While we're waiting, let's go look around. Damn, man, I lost out on the tones. I didn't see. I think my gear should be in bad shape. Ooh, it's probably worse shape than it was before. We'll be alright. We'll get through it. We should be able to get through. These 3 fights really took a toll on me. Happens though when you die 6-7 times. Alright, here it is. Last one. We are getting into it. That's great. That's perfect timing. Alright. Our last healer. Oh, healer. 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 There you go. Okay.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now, bear your souls to me.
XIV. Okay. Out. There we go. All right. Okay. This will be the conclusion of this raid and these stories coming up. And the Mulligan and the BCO complete. All right. All right. Hey, I got a couple of accommodations. That's nice. All right, let's wrap this story up. It's long because it's a lot of fights, but the stories, then, like the stuff in between each fight, is pretty quick, which is why I like these raids, these normal raids. Countless years I've waited within the stifling crystal, and now, when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. It is fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena? Why at the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? This matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interest of the star. Even so, I would hear her answer. I would know why my mother cast us aside. How unlike you, Eric. You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck upon the hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Irrefutable proof. Why is she standing like that, though? Why was she standing like that? My theory was that any true God would see us as we were, imperfect. She would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. To prove that this could not but benefit the star, I would give it the perfect stewards, that it might shine brighter than any other. And you would destroy the lives already upon it? In that, I am no different from our peers. Over the course of eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot but usher in their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the self-same course. If the destination is the same, is it somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. The all Orsight made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them from whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right have you to pass judgment? Were you but a vessel for my masterwork? Your purpose ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Eric, always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason, that you might serve as my tool. And like any tool, I craft you to suit my needs, that you might accept my essence when the time came. That's dirtball stuff to say right there. Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands, and ensured that you would feel a glowing affection for your dear mother. However, it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. My very feelings were of your design. You created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robe, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. Yet you are here, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. I still feel the sting of it. But with pain comes clarity. You'll ill desire to wear the mantle of a god. As stubborn as you are witless, if this star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. She aims to obliterate the ethereal seed and stem the flow of life. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, Laharia told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I am but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another, one whose body Athena has seen fit to perform as her own. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memory seize this chance to follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? I don't know, but if I cannot rouse the soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. My whole life, others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up, searching for my purpose. Now, I found it. This decision is yours to be made, and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. Eric, do not dare. No, stop this. Your words hold sway over me no longer. My life is my own, and I have found my true family. My power wanes. The vessel rejects me. Okay. Here goes Claudine. Claudine. Claudian? Claudine? I don't know how to say. What is happening? Athena's magic should be impotent with no body to fuel them. Precisely. Athena was the sole force holding the space around the pandemonium together, and now it crumbles. Although little would change if we were buried here, we cannot let this be Duran's final resting place. Well, we gotta grab the professor dude, right? Why is this a thought? Oh, okay, there we go. What you saw? Of all my miscalculations, to think that you would be my undoing, that you would even be capable of defying me. Ah, is there more you would say to me? Or have you decided to return to your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudine back to me? Apologies, but I am only the dreg of your own memory. I can do naught but watch as the evil you've wrought collapse, burying you under its weight. How disappointing, truly, useless to the last. Dang! Mother to son, huh? And who made me that way? Excuse me. Is Abdo on the East Coast right now? Is that where he's at? Is that why we haven't seen much of his streams this week? Ah. Although Eric was not but a collection of memories, I knew his absence pains you. But he acted it with resolve, full aware of the potential consequence. Let us look back on this moment, not with sorrow, but with pride. You both are the heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advances. We shall stay here both to look over the Professor Claudine and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the ethereal sea. You should rest, and I will not take no for an answer. Bro, you're not done yet? Okay, I guess there's a little bit more. It seems we can do naught but wait. Okay. I guess we gotta finish the story. They just couldn't let me just carry that on out till I was done. Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. While your colleague Nimijiji was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Asians, La Habrea. Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Ascian to myself. Yet I am aware that this La Brea used the heart of Sabak to sow chaos through your world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You are the only one present who has met the Ascian in question, so I would ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? We'll say we cannot be certain. Because we can't be certain if that was him or not. The Ascian that we met was a much younger person in a vessel. A diplomatic answer. I understand the Ascians often use the bodies of others to enact their plots, so it is impossible to say who they truly are. That's it. These Ascians, or Paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their scheme to rejoin the sundered worlds. I have heard but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. Go away, bug. Sorry if that was loud for anybody. To choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances, although the ages may take their toll on my devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabat as a mere tool for my own ends, never caring to look beyond the surface. I will unleash forces that I have failed to truly comprehend, and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. I mean, Elizabeth would really know better, right? But he ain't questioning. It appears Claudine has awakened. Duran, I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won? Yeah, something like that. And you were there too. La Habrea, Eric's memories of you dwell within me still. Though, unyielding discipline, you hoped to force a son equal to yourself, but the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. Yet, you were never motivated by selflessness. All you did was in service of your duty. At the least, I will hear no more. Though you may possess Eric's memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I will never condone the actions of the Ascians, but you are not him. You are La Brea of the Convocation. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise and my personal thanks. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult of your trials is behind you, but you may find that Pandemonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of Hephaestus Liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. Well, we still got to travel some more. I know we done fighting. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate, while I, in doubt, would change the decision I make. You should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. Those odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. Okay. Don't know if we got to travel some more. If we do, then I'm going to cut it off before I have to travel anywhere. Wherever this part leads us to, that's where I'm done at, unless it leads to the end of the story. My time, too, draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Bria's words, yes? While Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Now, if the travel's part of the cutscene, then I'm good. But if it's, I gotta go. All right, so quest is accepted. All right, cool. So it looks like we got a couple places. We got to go back to the past and do a couple things. So that is probably where I'm going to cut it. I can do this off screen later on. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight, very much so. Like I said, I think Abdo was on the East Coast this week. That's why I haven't seen his streams. You know, he said he was going to go hang out with old Lefty for a minute. I don't know if that ever happened or not, but hopefully he did. And then I know they got the summer thing coming up. So, not sure what's going on there. Can I cut that off and can I cut this one on? Is it working today? It seems to be working. I don't know why it wasn't working the other day. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, there it is. It's working. All right, cool. Well, that is going to do it for your boy. Looking forward to some Split Fiction tomorrow night. I think we're close to being done, but I don't know how close we are to being done, to be honest with you, to that game. So, the wife and I talk about jumping in that tomorrow. Until then, we'll catch up with you the next time. Peace.